Examples are a must. Even if you don't have one with you, like go on Google, look up examples, put it, and tell it like ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you're using. This is an example. This is another example. These are 10 examples, you know, the more the better. When you use it for like good, I don't know, 300 hours, you start noticing. You go, you send me an email, I look at the email, I go like, this is from AI. Now, because I'm talking about ChatGPT a lot, like I gotta give credits to Claude.
Yeah.
Claude has something called projects.
Okay.
Similar to the threads, but way like more trusted. They come to you, Ibra, what's your problem? Your problem is 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put it. This is the easiest way to do it. You always use it for any task that has to do with it. And a lot of companies right now are just opening up as prompt engineers.
Sultan, what's up? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Below the Fold.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Thank you. Amazing. I'm super
Thanks.
excited for this.
Amazing. Me too. Thanks for making some time on a Saturday in Dubai at a time during the year where the weather is getting better. We need to be on the beach right now instead of here, but here we are.
That's the plans after it.
Huh?
That's the plans after
That's
the podcast.
the plans. Oh, you're still going. Good. I'm glad. Cool. So for the listeners and viewers, Sultan works in communications.
Correct.
And is one of the heavy users, I would say, of AI in communication.
Thank you. That's
right?
an honor.
Is there a better way to put it?
No, I just daily user, at least 1 hour a day, and if it's a weekend, then that's at least 10 minutes on my phone. So I count myself like as a heavy user.
Right.
But there's much more like heavy users than me. So
Okay. I would love to know like what these other heavy users do or use in AI, and I want to know how you are using AI personally. But we'll get to that later. I think we want to maybe focus first on the use of AI in comms. So this is what the content should revolve around today. But we'll talk about, of course, AI personal use, right? And also AI in creative strategy. We'll talk about prompting. We'll talk about the future as well.
amazing.
Where it's headed, etc. Let's start with classic AI in comms. Is it beneficial or it's not beneficial, or is it just a complete waste of time?
No, it's not a complete waste of time. It's definitely beneficial.
Yeah.
I'd look at it if I've been working for almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
Officially like in a corporate in the corporate world. But if I go back to my intern days and I had ChatGPT or whatever AI tool, Gen AI tool, man, it would have been much better. One, because I would have knew how to write emails way better than someone telling me, oh, remove this, do this, write this. No, you have to layer it. You have to bullet points. Like I didn't know how to write an email, simply as that.
Right.
So this is one. Two is, what the hell is strategy? What is brand strategy? What is brand positioning?
Yeah.
I read articles, but I won't get the practicality of me creating a brand strategy. What are the things that goes into a brand strategy or comms or anything? So what is the communication plan of this campaign? Like, I don't know, like consideration, what? Like, you know, you're always like confused.
Yeah.
And you always need this hand of someone like pushing you. But if I was an intern and I had AI right now, like I would press restart.
Yeah.
Because I would be the best intern in this company, like any company ever.
I'm sure. I'm a little bit concerned that you were asked to work on a brand strategy when you were an intern. That's a little bit concerning for me.
I wasn't asked to work on a brand strategy, but I'm very curious. So I went into a call. Oh, Sultan, like to to know more about brand strategy. Obviously, my brother is a brand strategist, so that's why I'm interested in it. And I was sitting there, I'm not understanding anything, man. Like, what are you guys saying? What is an insight? Like if you ask someone what is an insight, you're like, insight, bro. Like, whatever. What is
Yeah.
human behavior? Why are we talking about this? You know?
Yeah.
It's just like so many questions, and you don't want to ask too many questions and look like a
Like you need to catch, like you have some
Yeah.
catching up to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some way.
Okay.
So
So it's been helping you out with like the simple tasks.
simple tasks,
with
definitely.
drafting emails, making sure there's no grammar mistakes, proper organization structure of the email, but also it's helping you with more complex tasks.
Like going into, like, you want to create a PowerPoint, and okay, you have all the data and this, like, okay, what are you gonna do with it? How are you gonna make it look interesting? What is the storytelling style that you're gonna use here? You want to like break these boring numbers into like 20 slides instead of 5. So what are you gonna do? How are you gonna talk about it? Like, it helps a lot in this first draft. Like,
Right.
it's so hard to do the first draft, at least for me. But when I use it and I like go like, okay, this Gen AI has a library of 1.75 billion whatever parameters, knows read books more than anyone in the world, and I'm asking it like, help me do the first draft for this whatever topic we're talking about. And it does it. It's not perfect, but it just motivated me to continue this task, finish it, and be like covered from all sides. You know, oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot that.
It gets at least maybe 70% of the job done, right?
60
is solid.
Yeah, 60 is good, but 70 is like it especially when you're working. So if you're doing something personal, it may get to like 80%, the 80% job done. But when it's work, like, you also like can't share everything on AI. And the rest is dependent on you and your convos with your clients and with your team. And like, you take it, you use your gut feeling, make it better, and just go.
Right. And walk us through like a proper demo of using AI for such a task. Because I think a lot of people wonder like, what are like the different or the various step-by-step, you know, or various steps to get this done. So you open ChatGPT, I suppose, web browser, right? And you can upload a document. It needs to be in PDF. So you have a section where you upload it. And so it digests the PDF, and then you prompt, and this is where prompting comes in, right? And
it's the most important part, really. Like, this is all depending on the way you prompt. You know the task, you know the template that you're gonna, the outcome template that you wanted, and you know the constraints that should not be included in.
So you already have an idea about all of that, which you need to also ingest within ChatGPT in your prompt.
Correct. So to talk more about like prompting and how I usually prompt everything, whether it's mega prompts or like 1, 2, 3 lines prompt, it usually always starts with like this method called Aspect that I learned online. And basically you start with sorry, I forgot it.
No worries. Yeah, there's a lot of content that we need to cover. Please do find the right name, because a lot of people do want to know like exactly how to get this done. It is valuable at the end of the day.
100%, especially prompting. So Aspect. So basically, aspects is divided into like whatever. First letter is A, action, and then steps, and then persona, and this is so important.
Right.
Examples are a must. Even if you don't have one with you, like go on Google, look up examples, put it, and tell it like ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you're using, this is an example. This is another example. These are 10 examples, you know, the more, the better.
Okay.
And then you have the context, like what are you talking about? Why are you doing this? And then the constraints, very important, like don't sound like a robot. use this style instead of this.
You'd actually need to input a constraint such as don't sound like a robot.
Yeah.
You would expect an AI wouldn't, right? It's something that they would know already, but you need to actually make sure to highlight that part.
Whenever I don't mention this, I always like feel it's a robot, and I can.
Yeah.
And the thing is that later on when you start, you need to use it to know what the hell is AI and how does it work and how does it think. So when you use it for like good, I don't know, 300 hours, you start noticing. You send me an email, I look at the email, I go like, this is from AI. I see a document, I go like, man, this is AI. The intro and the outro are so obvious, like always.
Right.
Always. So what's in the middle is what's important. Intro and outro. If you don't mention this, you will always like skip it. Like don't
so you have to include I guess instructions about intro outro.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it can be as simple as just like don't sound as a robot. Save me the intro and the outro context. Like I use that always.
Okay.
And then the last one is the template. So in my taking an example of me doing a deck for a creative presentation, and I usually start with for example, the main brief, and then the recap of the notes and the feedback, and then the strategy 1, strategy 2, creative. So this is my template.
Right, like
so
an
I
outline.
feed it. I feed it the template. I tell like this is how it's exactly supposed to be.
How do you feed it the template? Like you type it in, you type the bullet points.
I always type it in.
Or you put these on like a document and then you upload the document.
No, the document, I leave the documents for like data, a lot of like words
or examples.
Examples. I leave it to these stuff, but as much as like if I had the chance to type it, anything, I will type it. Why? Because it's better to type it instead of it reading the image and sometimes not getting that or this.
Right.
And like the image is here, and then when you upload it, it's just like, like doesn't read it well. So aspect is the key. Prompting is the key. And everything else is depending on your knowledge and on your own research. So Ibrahim wants to talk about game theory, like strategy and game theory, blah, blah. What the hell is game theory? You don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm sure like you know it because you're a seasoned marketeer. But
you'd be surprised.
But I don't know it. I just go on another platform, look it up. If I don't want to read it, copy it, paste it. You have to read it, so it's like a knowledge for you.
Yeah.
And then like from there, you didn't know it. Now you know it, and now AI knows exactly what you want. You know,
right?
You can't go like hey, I want a strategy I want a communication comps plan for a new brand from whatever launching in the UAE. Like what? And you expect it to return, like reply back to you with a good reply? No.
Yeah.
So
it will give you a reply, but it's not gonna be
very average.
It's not gonna meet your expectations.
Yeah, like 12 years old can write it.
Yeah.
So prompting is the key.
So prompting is like maybe 60%, right? Because after that, it's just a click of a button, and then you get the results.
Yeah.
And then you fine tune. So it's all about prompting, basically. That's 100%. What it is.
100%.
And so. Any other tasks that it's helping you with besides? So we mentioned emails.
Yeah. Emails definitely. You have a bot, and this bot is always on the right.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm stuck, I go like, man, thank you. I put it, and obviously you have to edit. Just there's always like one thing, like there's always one thing that is wrong about whatever the output is.
Yeah.
So this is a bot.
So wait, the bot is a widget. Or is it integrated within Outlook? Or
so no, so I call it a bot. So
or you just open a browser.
On ChatGPT, for example, you have threads. Okay. So I have a thread, and I only use this thread for emails.
Okay, gotcha.
I did a prompt. It's a mega prompt, so it's a long one.
Yeah.
خلاص, like I deal with this age group when like these are my clients' age. Blah 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 blah. Don't do this, do that. Don't don't like sound aggressive, don't sound like, just
Yeah.
like putting all the
Okay.
right
So you've trained it to give you
etiquette.
something that is more personal to you.
Yeah.
That's more tailored
And
for
this thread is only used for this task. So you just streamline it. Like
Okay,
one task,
okay.
that's it.
All right. So it's like a, let's say, a ChatGPT sort of work stream or window that has that particular thread open, that's only going to be answering email
100%.
tasks,
Exactly.
right? And you have that always open
On the side.
Very good. Okay.
From
Amazing.
there,
Clear.
we have one for email,
Yeah.
one for strategy.
Gotcha. All right.
So the one from strategy, so we have an amazing chief strategist officer called Tahab.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Hub.
shout out Tahab.
Yeah.
So basically, we've done a lot of like workshops, and in the workshops, man, I'm sitting and like writing notes, everything he's saying. Why? Because I wanted to take this and I wanted to feed, like I wanted to create a Tahab GPT, and I like told him about it.
Yeah.
So took all what he said, took the deck that he shared, took the examples that he did, and I'm like, I just want to like
produce something
that is not like exactly what the hub would do, but with his thoughts and teaching.
Right.
Man,
yeah, the results you get,
I can share it with you. It is my favorite prompt that I ever created.
Yeah.
It's like a long one. It's separated into prompt 1, prompt 2, prompt 3, prompt 4, prompt 5 until 12 or 13. So I kept prompting until like 13.
Yeah.
After that, it's mine. So I come in, I say, whatever you want, bro. Like you want to launch Spider-Man in the UAE. Like you want to launch this product. You want to penetrate this market, and you have this product. These are the features. This is the brand ethos. This is the whatever. Like the whole combination of whatever you have, and it just generates you either the best brief, like strategy brief before going to create it, or just ideas. So I can if it generates the brief first of all, and then I go like, okay, now that you know this, I want you to generate the ideas, but Tahab style, award winning, Harvard graduate. He's not Harvard graduate, but I just like add more spice to it, to the persona of this GPT.
Okay.
So this is another one.
So basically, sort of training the AI to think like your chief strategy officer. Basically using his input in workshops, his work, his examples, etc. And then using that to answer small briefs, big briefs.
Yeah, mostly big briefs because it's like very heavy.
Interesting.
Another one, I have this creative director that is like, whatever he writes, we're on a call, it always like hits me. Like I go like, wow, man, this is so good. Yeah. So sometimes it's like nobody agrees with me, but his style is like my favorite. Yeah. So I was like, it's so hard to learn these things like in 1 day or 2 days. Like you need to get him as a mentor for 2 years, and then you will start to get like better a bit, and you need to work a lot to do it. So like shitty coming from me as a Gen Zer, but I was like, I want it now. Yeah.
Why is it shitty as a Gen Zer?
I feel like you've done so much in your life and you worked for like 20, 30 years, and then like someone comes and like, like
develops a skill in like a few days.
Yeah. A bot to mimic Ibra or like, it's just feels bad.
No, don't worry. It doesn't feel bad.
Yeah.
Actually, it feels better. It feels nice when it took time. Like wine, right? It gets better with age.
True.
So
true.
Cool.
When I told him about it, he was like, "It's so cool that you created someone like telling them like the persona be like, because when he is stuck, he says like be like himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's good. So literally took a lot of like his styles of like copywriting, script writing, descriptions, like multiple things. Fed it to AI, and I'm like, I really like this writing style. I want you to explain to me thought process, tone of voice, style, like multiple things. Like I obviously don't know these multiple things. I went and I searched Google, and I'm like, Google, what are like? How do you become a great writer? Gave me bullet points. But bullet points, throw it here. I want you to define every bullet point based on his like
Right.
input as a
Yeah.
human. And but okay, great. Replied to me. I'm like, okay, so I want to talk about
Answer a certain brief.
Yeah.
Or a creative brief.
creative brief.
Yeah.
This is the brief, and I become more specific because like it's like I want a script, or I want
Yeah.
a copy, or I want
Or
an
a
explanation,
yeah.
or an FAQ. Like
Or
what
a
the hell do you
or,
want?
Or a copy.
Literally
right? Yeah.
anything. Like literally smallest thing. Like I have the KV. I throw in the KV, generate the copy for that. I obviously doesn't stop here. Like I always go back, share it with the team, blah blah blah. So there's
Yeah.
always this like everyone should be aware on what's happening.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's never like the final output. You take it and you stick it there. Like never.
Interesting.
for
So
so many
you've been
reasons.
cloning basically
Cloning.
industry experts onto AI.
Yeah.
Right. So you've created a dummy chief strategy officer and creative director, and have them at your disposal to
Yeah.
answer like.
And
tasks.
even
Interesting.
an communication consultant advisor. Like
Right.
I obviously have my manager, I have my director, whatever. Amazing, love you guys. But sometimes like I
hilarious.
don't want to be like heavy on like I feel like sometimes I'm just heavy on like going and asking someone, and then I see like they don't have like time, and I just
Right.
feel like maybe the question is dumb and I can do it on my own. So I'm like, come here. This is another thread
Yeah.
on ChatGPT or whatever you use.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have a question. So let's say you have a thread where you've cloned your chief strategy officer, and then do you need to also start another thread to clone a creative director? What happens if you mix? Like, what happens if you lose one of the threads? Can you get it back? How does it work? You know what I mean? So does ChatGPT know how to like archive the inputs, right, and the prompts in different buckets and not mix, even though they may be sitting on different threads?
so on ChatGPT, you have a new thing called memory.
Okay.
So when I say I am Sultan Saab, I work as a communication consultant,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
It will say memory updated when you input that. Yeah.
So it will have this memory updated. So when I go on another thread and I go like, I'm talking about, I'm doing a LinkedIn post about my newest achievement,
Yeah.
and I'm Sultan Saab. It will take like whatever, like I said from the
Okay,
memory
yeah.
and include it without me retyping it. So this is one. Two, you have threads. So in these threads, you have prompt 1, prompt 2, prompt 3. I
Okay.
personally always save all my prompts on like a pack. Like I have a prompt pack, amazing menu.
Got it. Yeah.
I'd never trust like
Yeah.
keeping them all on ChatGPT because I know one day something will happen.
Right.
I've just
Well, you have them outside of ChatGPT.
yeah, I have them always. Everything
Okay.
like all my prompts are always like saved
Okay.
somewhere, and then I put it.
Right.
So these threads, it's better to specify each role than having a mix, because when you have a mix, man, like ChatGPT hallucinates. Like they forget what you told them,
Yeah.
and the more you prompt, and the prompt is like up, like going higher,
Yeah,
higher,
yeah.
and you're just back
It's
and forth,
old.
back and forth.
Yeah.
It will forget the first prompt, which is the most important prompt that you gave it. So thread really helps to specify each like role. This is for
Yeah.
this is for that. I only use it for this, for that.
Yeah.
I want to mix these two, then I'll create another thread saying, I
take-
have this, I have
Yeah,
this, and
right.
your role is this with blah blah blah,
All right.
and this is my outcome from both like threads
Okay.
generated. Now, this I'm talking about ChatGPT a lot. Like, I gotta give credits to Claude.
Yeah.
Claude has something called projects,
Okay.
similar to the threads, but way like more trusted and like
More robust.
and like a like
Better structured than.
structured. Like you feel like he's the or she is the special. Like its specialty is whatever you told her or told her or it.
Him.
Him, blah,
it.
blah.
Yeah.
But it does it and nothing more, but in a very specific and precise way. You never get disappointed from whatever you're gonna like outcome you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So Claude, in terms of like interface and like you fixing your projects and you know like
Organizing your prompts and all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's way better than ChatGPT.
Okay. Any drawback on Claude versus ChatGPT?
Man, I think the drawbacks now are like more on ChatGPT than Claude. Claude is so good. When we spoke once, I told you that I use Claude for my personal like things. So
Yeah.
write something about me.
Let's talk about a little bit about that. I do want to talk about the personal things for sure.
Yeah.
But just could you give me a little bit more details around Claude? Like, what's the tech? Who's the company that
it's
built
called
Claude? Or is it one of the big tech, or is it just a small more?
So it's called
boutique?
Anthrotopic.
Okay.
I definitely butchered the name.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Where
But
is AI? Yeah.
but this is like their mother company. They created Claude.
Yeah.
And what I really liked about Claude is that every research paper that they do about its like engine and how it's working and what are their findings about like the inputs, and they give you like precise parameters, what they, you know, they always keep you updated in terms of like keeping you updated. One, two, telling you like we're a secured company where everything is on the table.
Yeah.
You know, they have this like style, and I mean their latest like Claude update is really good.
Okay.
It's less of a robotic replies.
Yeah.
You know, you can feel it. It's just not a robot replying. It's me,
Yeah.
Sultan, but it's not me.
Yeah.
And the interface is way better than ChatGPT. I think right now like ChatGPT 4 is like here, and then like Claude is like on top of the Gen AIs.
Right. So for those listening in,
Yeah.
ChatGPT falls
Yeah.
is falling lower, is deteriorating. Perhaps because Claude is becoming too good.
Too good, and they are doing this type of research where like, okay, you know, you have the brain of the mind, like you have the human brain. So human brain, they have emotions, blah blah, dopamine. Blah. In AI, if you want to like imagine it, it's almost the same thing. Like, okay, it's a game of prediction, but it's almost the same thing. And then you have this emotional part coming from an AI and like telling you, hey, like you know, like becoming friends with me or like sharing emotions. So these guys, Claude and the mother company, they knew how to like turn off switches and turn on other switches. So more creativity, more smart replies, more accuracy, good in math. You know, turn off emotions, little bit of emotions, turn off like, you know, all the unwanted things that that may later on like get to us and hurt us.
Right.
And this is like a big respect. That's why I respect them like so much.
So do they have a so is it free or paid, or they have a free and
So obviously whenever you pay, you get the better version.
is there like a paid better version?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
way better. Like
How much is it a month?
I think it's around like $15 or $10.
Yeah. I think ChatGPT is probably around that. The same cost.
You know, I just forgot because I've been a subscriber since, I don't know, like November.
Yeah, I'm sure
2021.
they've the prices have fluctuated. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's not a big amount.
Yeah,
It's the
if you
same
use
as your
it every
Netflix
day,
subscription, more or less, right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Like whenever, like I have friends that tell me like I don't want to subscribe. Like give me the best one to subscribe. I'm like, if you use it every day, man, subscribe. It's the best thing you would ever subscribe to right now. Like
yeah,
it's the really the best thing that you ever
yeah.
subscribe to.
You know, one of the things that I liked about ChatGPT, there's a PowerPoint integration,
Yeah,
which is a massive advantage, right?
yeah.
Which I feel is in nascent stages in terms of the things it can do. But that's definitely going to give them a massive, massive competitive edge.
Yeah,
But I'm down to
Microsoft.
try Claude. Tell me how you're using AI on a personal level. So you can tell me how you're using Claude or maybe other tools.
On a personal level,
Are
so
you using it for
so
messaging, to maybe to
uh,
organize your appointments?
so basically, Excel sheets. I don't like Excel sheets at all.
Yeah,
Uh, Not sadly, actually, I don't like it at all. But I have to like
yeah,
get through it. So I use it a lot for like any Excel sheets, personal or work related.
right.
Uh, More on the personal side. So I started running recently, and I have some friends that run, blah blah. I have this thing with like Sultan that I feel like I don't want to ask people a lot of questions. I'd rather like dig in, find my answers, and then come to them with the answers. Like it's better.
Okay.
And wanted to start running, my age, whatever I've been through,
Yeah,
weight, blah blah blah, what I eat, whatever.
yeah.
And I want to run a marathon before like 2026. Like
So
what can I do?
okay, so you prompt the AI all this information, what, to give you like some sort of plan?
Yeah, a plan. Like I don't know where to start from. Like
Right.
whatever apps, shoes, everything, bro. Like everything.
Yeah.
Food, before
Food,
it, after
sleep.
it,
Does
sun.
it have all this information? I mean, it should, right? It picks it up.
It has
I'd be
all
surprised,
of
right?
this information.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that I wanted to do about sleep. So I just like have this like had this couple of weeks where I'm not being able to sleep. Went on YouTube.
Yeah.
Went to Andrew Huberman.
Yeah.
Took
I know
his
that
sleeping
guy.
podcast. I love him.
Yeah.
Took this podcast, the whole script, put it there. Read this, analyze it, be ready to answer my questions. Amazing, I'm ready. And I started talking as if like I'm talking with you. Like I can't sleep. No, I finish work at this time. Then I go to the
Oh,
gym.
you give
So,
it
like,
some real life,
yeah,
personal,
my
like,
stuff,
like individual,
my stuff.
your like current immediate challenges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does this? I have like an AI community where I usually share like news and talk. I usually share a lot of news, so I need to digest so much news.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming when you do that, and you need help. So man, like bots, like one bot is for you reading, me inputting an article and you telling me the top 5, 6 important things that I must know from this. And I obviously prompt it in a way like what matters from now to like from now like to 5 years ahead, and
Yeah.
what matters from now to a month, like just for
Right,
me
so-
to know like
yeah.
which one is more important than the other. But I mention it that way so ChatGPT would reply to me, because they won't understand if I said like I want things that will last like more than 5 years, so only mention like why are you saying this
Yeah.
to me like as a ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So it will definitely not reply to you in a good way, like a good output. So enhancing like everything that I do times 5, like
Yeah.
it makes me feel like okay, I have 2 hands, 10 fingers, I could hold like maybe 10 bags, okay, but now I can hold like 50, 60 bags,
Right.
and later on I'm gonna hold 100 bags,
Yeah.
just
Tell-
because I created this automations.
Gotcha. And also you have all these prompts ready, and
Yeah.
yeah, you managed to basically also quicken the process of prompting, right? of using ChatGPT. What happened when it went off? Like the servers were down for ChatGPT. Tell me about that day.
We moved to Gemini. We moved to Claude.
You had to find another one.
We moved to my phone. There's an app called Hugging Face. So basically, don't know how to explain it very well, but it basically has all of the LLMs. So any large language modeling, like it's there. Meta, all Meta's LLMs, all GPT's LLMs, GPT-2, 2.5, 3. So you don't worry. But it's definitely like okay, what should I do now? If this didn't work and they all didn't work, I will, if it's so important and like so urgent, I will put in the effort and like, khalas, I'll do it. Like I used to do it before that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but it's definitely, you get this feeling that is like, okay, I kind of feel like I'm dumb.
Yeah.
And I'm so dependent.
Right.
And it's not a good feeling, but it is what it is. Like,
I mean, imagine if you've been actually using AI for a decade. All right, which is very likely to happen, right? And then after a decade, for an entire month,
it went
everything, all AI is gone.
Yeah,
it's out.
I always think about it.
So what happens then? So I guess I think it would be very natural for us to just stop operating.
Yeah,
you know, because we would by then have forgotten about
everything.
The way to go about things, right? And to
you just know how to talk
without AI. That's interesting. I guess view on how things can develop and what the future looks like.
Right.
And you had given me like a nice I guess look or view on how things can develop moving into the future, right? Which is today.
Maybe before today it was like human powered. You
Right.
do your thing, I do my thing. Humans.
Right.
And now it's like AI assisted, still human powered.
Right.
And then we're going into, which is now like AI assisted, but not fully. Like we're not fully AI assisted.
Right.
A lot of people don't even know about AI.
Yeah.
And we're moving into maybe the AI agent powered and humans like assist or like watch, you know, like making sure everything is okay. Yeah, okay, all good. And the humans and the AI agents are doing like big tasks.
Yeah.
AI agent would go with you, would tell them like, I want to open a restaurant in blah blah blah. What is the plan? Man, it will give you a strategy, where to book, how to buy, what are the prices, blah blah, and a full research paper, or what do they call it? And
feasibility study. Yeah.
Full on feasibility study that costs like around 20K or 10K.
Right.
So after that, which is no one is actually thinking about this industry much, and I feel so underrated and under the radar, which is humanoids.
Yeah.
Me and you, similar look, but metal, computer inside of us, lifting this table, assembling this table, painting walls,
serving coffee,
whatever, man. Yeah. Like gym trainers.
Right. So, but they don't necessarily need to look human, right? They can just when you say humanoid, I feel like they could look human, but essentially what they need to be doing is they need to be doing human tasks.
Yeah.
They need to be completing human tasks. Anything a human can do, right? So
all these
coffee,
dangerous stuff,
whatever. So you see these machines, right, in like the car factories, right? They're doing human tasks, or you could see a similar machine serving coffee.
Correct.
I guess the human looking element is more it's so that it looks a little bit more relatable or approachable. You know what I mean?
So we could like swallow it in, like, oh, it's okay, it looks like us and he's doing our job. So
yeah,
being familiar, so whenever someone is familiar with anything, it's much easier for them to accept it.
yeah,
So it's like more like on this level.
100%. Like a little kid won't like get terrified
Yeah.
from the machine.
Yeah, man.
When does the AI actually build the restaurant for you? So we've gotten to the stage where it's human assisted. The AI will develop the strategy, the market feasibility, all of that. But would it build the restaurant for you as well?
Well, definitely the humanoids would build it, but so there's like these. So there's this industry of health. So health and AI, amazing, like doing so much so fast. It's all about
Yeah.
books and data and whatever. And then you have amusements and like entertainment, shopping online, blah blah. AI is already like got these stuff. And then when you go to like physical things that requires battery,
Power,
energy, power, and even
like construction.
Yeah, and even like a revolutionary way of like building things.
Yeah.
You know, you can see, you can say that we're not there yet. When this is like covered and like ready, okay, now we know how to do this much more efficiently, much more cheaper, blah blah blah. I think that's where.
But that's happening now, I think, with 3D printing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's maybe on a smaller scale.
Much smaller scale.
Yeah. I imagine we'll get to a point where you have $1 million and you just make the transfer of that million to like a real estate agent or a development company, and then literally it will just build if you're using it to open a restaurant, it will to deliver the market feasibility study, approved. It'll ask for your approval. You approve it,
look like.
and then it will just start loading the restaurant and start building it for you, and maybe give you like a dashboard on how it's progressing. And
but who's gonna do this? It's the people who already are in the industry.
Yeah.
If you try to like push it away, it will take more time to happen. But if you're fine with it, then yalla, come. Like our industry, for example, like we love, like, as much as I used to say like, oh my God, I'm so scared from AI, and other people around me that don't use AI are much more scared from AI.
Yeah.
So if you accept it, you will notice like the growth, the push, the like that. Yalla, go ahead, do it fast now. It's interesting.
So this is the final stage, right? After human assisted, or is it human assisted is the last stage?
So
you would think?
No, I don't. I think the last stage would be humanoids and AI assisted, like AI agents, like.
Right. So humans are out of the picture.
Man, humans are gonna chill. We're gonna chill. We're really gonna chill. Like, we're just like gonna have meetings to check if everything is okay, and like, okay, all good.
We're just going to be.
We'll figure out the power. And,
so it obviously it will come down to how much money, right? How much wealth you have, how much assets you have, right? In order to be able to afford all this technology, in order to chill. Or you'll be working to support these AI, overseeing this AI. And
giving maybe like you don't even need to give ideas to create, like.
But how, in a world like that, in order to make money, in order to gain income, I guess it will boil down to how much you're able to work with this AI, or prompt it and use it to create value, right? Because at the end of the day, you get paid for how much value you give out, right?
Correct.
In any industry. And so as AI is becoming more and more integrated and used in different industries, you better know how to use it in order to create that value.
You're gonna be left behind if you don't.
Let's talk about just a final point. because we need to wrap up. It's been very fast,
Yeah.
very interesting. I want you to maybe share a little bit more on, especially on how to use AI front on prompting. You remember we had a discussion the other day on prompt marketplace. Is there a marketplace for prompts?
There is.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this marketplace?
Usually everything that is for free is very like top line surface. Like everything that is for free you find online, like it's this big. Like the prompt would be this big, meaning that it won't be
this
like
big is what, like a paragraph?
Yeah, like a paragraph, but it won't be a life-changing prompt. So you have to give money, get the prompt back, check what you like, and save them. So
right. So which marketplace is free? Which one is paid?
I forgot the names, but it's called prompt. Wait.
Yeah.
For paid, it's not like a marketplace. It's just like people.
Yeah, it's like a forum or a community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prompt engineers.
Yeah.
So now you have prompt engineers. So prompt engineers are people who studied Aspect, which is how to prompt the action persona, the framework, and they come to you, Ibra, what's your problem? Your problem is 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put it. This is the easiest way to do it. You always use it for any task that has to do with it. And a lot of companies right now are just opening up as prompt engineers. I will come take your problems, study them,
and create a prompt for you.
So this is one way. So if you're a business, there's always prompt engineers. So one, if you're just personally like working on just making yourself better, there's always like people on Twitter that are prompt engineers that are really smart, man. Smart, really good. And then you have these prompt marketplaces. I forgot the names, but I can like send you the links after. Just put it in the description for people to know about. It's free. It's good. It's a good as a start, to at least get motivated, start using AI, man. Book 1 hour in your schedule and use it. Because if you don't use it and you read the news, you don't know anything about it.
Gotcha. So let me recap the prompt, then discussion, and feel free to add anything I missed. First, you need to know how to structure your different threads and conversations on Gen AI, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT, so that your prompts are more effective. Follow an approach for prompting. Aspect is a good one that you shared.
There's multiple other ones, but this is works for me.
A very good one. Yeah, I liked it. I like it. And third is look for a community. Look for a forum, social media, I guess maybe figure that speaks about prompts, or group, and also join your community, right? Which is
Curious Habibis,
right? You continue sharing content there. I'll put the link also in the description.
Yes. And I'm working on a prompt pack, and like this won't be free, but I'm working on this, and I'm working on a couple of free things that will just put you on the start of like getting to know AI and where to navigate and what are the platforms, all the tools. So these are going to be free, but the prompts are like my babies, so it won't be for free. But it's coming very, very soon.
I like that. Let's go.
So,
And fourth and final one is the prompt marketplace, which we'll share the description for in the comment or in the description section. You should actually put your prompt packs on them in the marketplace if that's doable, so that you can get right.
When I've spent so much time on it, you go like, "This is my baby."
Yeah,
it took so long.
Yeah. I'd love to see.
And usually when things are for free, man, people just like turn their face like,
yeah.
Okay, it's for free.
You're right.
When you pay for it, you feel like, okay, I paid for it. Yalla, come here. I want to use it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm really looking forward to see how that's gonna play out. Like how are these prompts going to be, I guess, sold, right? I'm really interested about the process. Sultan, thanks a lot for coming to the show. I really appreciate you showing up, and see you later.
Thank you so much, man. Really like it. It needs part like 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Habibi,
I appreciate it, man.
Cool.
That was good.
That's it.